fan of juice fasting because it really does, one of the magics of fasting, is keeping that glucose down. So you go into autophagy, just like protein, right? If you eat too much protein, you shut off autophagy. That's why we have to keep protein down if you're doing a partial fast. Glucose as well. Glucose rises on juice fasting. You're really missing a lot of the benefits. Someone just sent me a study in the last 2 days that, they compared juice fasting with regular types of fasting, and there wasn't as much of the benefit we're dealing with here with autophagy. Some of the other benefits, though, are, look, the brilliance of water fasting is you're resting this massive energy user of digesting and assimilating food, and the body just doesn't sit on that extra energy. I talk about it, I call it energy diversion. So it diverts that energy that it would normally utilize to digest and assimilate food, and it diverts it to healing. It's brilliant. So when we see people in a fasted state, all of a sudden they start retracing into some of these things, injuries that they've had years ago. Like, gosh, this left knee is killing me at night, or my sacrum. And meanwhile, that was an injury they had 20 years ago. It's kind of like, you take a vacation and all of a sudden, you get to your honey-do list, right? Because you have more energy, you're on vacation at the end of your day. And also you have time, right? That's kind of what your body goes through, when you're not eating. So the energy diversion, you also reset your microbiome, which we know 70-80% of your immune system starts there. But, I wish we could fix that microbiome and create diversity of the microbiome. That means like more types of bacteria. And that's really what's linked to immunity, which I think is important for cancer. But it's not so easy just to take pills to do that. When we fast, we actually stress the microbiome and we actually create greater diversity, especially after the fast. So it's a way to reset the microbiome, and it's a way to create diversity, which is really linked to immunity. Also, we, in times of fasting, which I believe genetically, we were all set up, we all need to fast. Today, we just, have the pleasure, I guess, of being constantly in a feast mode, but I don't think it works out so well for us. Our genes are designed to go through times of feast and famine, I believe, but the famine is what we miss. We don't miss the feast as much. But what happens is we reset our DNA, meaning we take these genes that get turned on. It's called epigenetics. And, it could be certain cancer genes. It could be a thyroid gene. It could be obesity, or whatever it is. We can turn on certain genes. But during times of famine or fasting, we're able to turn those off. So we talk a lot about genes that get triggered via stressors. It could be a physical stress. It could be a chemical stress or an emotional stress. But we don't talk a lot about our body's ability to turn them off. I haven't seen anything more powerful than fasting to actually turn off that DNA. So resetting the microbiome, resetting your genetics. Obviously, both of those things have a huge effect on our immune system. The autophagy, which is getting rid of bad cells. And here's the thing, you don't just get rid of a bad cell when you go through this autophagy. You actually stimulate a stem cell and recreate a new cell. Now, why is that important for a condition like this? Because what happens is I said that you get rid of these things called senescent cells. Well, in our immune system, we call them immunosenescent cells, meaning immune cells that live too long. Now, think of these guys as like zombie cells, or better yet, government workers. They don't do a lot. They sit around doing nothing, getting paid, if you will, taking your vital nutrition, but they don't do a lot. Matter of fact, worse than that, they recruit other cells to do the same. So that's not good. They drive inflammation. And in the case of immune cells, they drive hyperimmunity, which is linked to cancer.
We hope you enjoyed this short excerpt from the Health and Healing Club. This entire interview is available inside the Health and Healing Club, which you can try for a free 7-day trial at healthandhealingclub.com. You'll be able to access this interview and all the interviews and resources dedicated to helping you get and stay healthy at the Health and Healing Club. That's healthandhealingclub.com.